Hi, I'm Ted from Andy and Ted Fresh Produce. Today I'm preparing purple carrot gnocchi with a gorgonzola sauce. Now the sauce is quite decadent and may not be to everyone's taste, so feel free to mix it up a bit. Maybe with a tomato sauce or something similar to your liking. Now the ingredients, first off for the purple carrot gnocchi, we're using obviously purple carrots, so about 300 grams, which is depending upon the size of the carrots, 2 or 3 carrots. 2 Desiree potatoes, which is really good for gnocchi because they hold together really well, and about 1 to 150 grams of flour. Now with that we'll also be adding 1 large egg yolk. Now for the gorgonzola sauce today is pretty easy. It's just some double cream, about 100 grams, and 50 grams of your favourite gorgonzola. I'm using a soft gorgonzola, so it's really quite creamy all up. So step 1, the gnocchi. We're going to start by cutting the carrots and potatoes, and we'll first peel them obviously. Now you can see the really vibrant purple of these carrots, really great. It's going to add some superb colour to the dish. And all the way through, look, it's just that deep burgundy colour. We've got these on the menu at the moment because they're in season, so why not give them a shot. Okay, all done. The carrot and potato is chopped and ready for the pot. Now the purple carrot is an heirloom variety, and it's actually what the orange carrot was derived from. Now if you want a really good colour punch in your dish, you can have half and half orange carrot and half purple. Now it does mean cooking the carrots in separate pots, but it really, kick off a dinner party. So let's get the water boiling. Now I have our prepared carrot and potato here. Throw that in the water. And we'll let that come to the boil. And we're going to boil this until tender. Now keep an eye on it and just give it a stir occasionally. But whilst we're waiting, I'm just going to prepare a couple of things to help dress the gnocchi. Have some Italian pecorino cheese here. You can use parmesan as well, and some Italian flat leaf parsley. So these go great with the gorgonzola sauce. I'm just going to cut off a nice chunky wedge of the pecorino, and we'll get that grated, and a few sprigs of Italian parsley. So I'm just going to cut this finely and pop it in the bowl. So the potato and carrots have been boiling now for about 20 minutes. I've tested it, it's nice and tender, so we'll just turn this off. And now it's really important that the carrots and potatoes are dry when you're making gnocchi. So I'm going to drain it through a colander, get all the moisture out. Okay, now that just ensures that the mix for the gnocchi isn't too sloppy, because we don't want to have to add too much flour which bonds it together. If you add too much flour, then the gnocchi may turn out a little bit floury after it's been cooked. So we're adding about 100 grams of flour, but we'll start with 100, and if needed we'll add it gradually. Now once it is nice and dry and we've drained it, we can begin mashing the gnocchi mix. We want to mash this to a smooth consistency. Now if you're not a fan of mashing, you can mash the potatoes by themselves, and the carrots you can blend if you've chosen to cook the potato and the carrot individually. I'm just going to mash this by hand. Now that the potato and carrot mix is mashed, what I'm going to do is transfer this mixture to a bowl. Okay, we need to get the carrot and potato mix to cool down before we proceed to add the flour and egg. Otherwise we're going to cook the egg before we've even cooked the gnocchi, which gives a rather unpleasant result. So make sure that the potato and carrot mix is nice and cool. See, look at this rich colour of the potato and carrot mix. Beautiful. This is really going to add colour to our final dish. So our potato and carrot mash is nice and cool now. So it's ready to proceed with making the gnocchi. This is a fun bit. This is where we mix the potato and flour and make a nice dough. So what we're going to do is add a bit of flour to our potato and carrot gnocchi mix. It's about 2/3 of the 150 gram combo. Just start mixing that in, and our egg yolk. So the egg yolk really helps to bind it together during the cooking. Give it a good mix because we want a nice even consistency to the gnocchi mix, and this helps in maintaining a smooth gnocchi ball. You also want to make sure that the egg is evenly distributed through the gnocchi because that helps hold it together whilst cooking. So the consistency should be that of almost Play-Doh, if you remember what that was like. Firm, but not too moist. It is important that it's not too moist. You can see it's that lovely pinkish red colour. Okay, I think it's looking pretty good. I might just add a little bit more flour. Again, just gradually, otherwise we're going to end up with something that's maybe too firm. Our mix of potato, carrot, flour and egg is ready. We're turning it out onto a board. This is where we make our little gnocchi balls. Now, again, if your mixture of potatoes and carrots are a little bit mushy, it's best to add a little bit more flour and just get it to a point where it's a nice consistency and not too moist. So we'll just take a fork and a spoon. There's a little trick to making gnocchi. Just roll a ball with your fork and your spoon, and then just make a little imprint of the fork on the top. Now, everybody has a different preference on the size of their gnocchi. I'm making about a thumb-sized piece of gnocchi per piece. Now, again, don't overwork the gnocchi pastry, because we want to take care to avoid the gnocchi becoming too glutinous and chewy. If you overwork the dough, there is a risk of that happening. Okay, so what you can do is add a little bit of flour as you're going. This just aids in rolling the balls of gnocchi. We've prepared all our gnocchi and the water's boiling, so we're going to cook our gnocchi. Now it's very important that we don't overcook the gnocchi because it can disintegrate in the boiling water. So what we need is a slotted spoon to remove the gnocchi from the pan, and we're ready to go. So you'll note how our gnocchi has risen to the surface. And we're going to leave it for about 30 seconds to cook. This just ensures that they're cooked completely. And again, just gently stirring the gnocchi. Notice how they're slightly paler in colour now that they're cooking. And I think that's about ready. Just keep stirring them just a little bit longer. Okay, now we gently remove them from the boiling water and make sure that they're nice and dry. And place them into our serving plate. Our saucepan is warming, so we add our cream. About 100 mils of cream. We're just going to lightly warm this. Bring the temperature down a little bit. It doesn't need to boil, otherwise you're going too hot. So we're just melting the cream, and we're going to crumb through the gorgonzola. Adding the gorgonzola gently to the mix. It's nice and smooth and a light sauce, so we're just going to Add a little to each. All that lovely cream from the side of the pot. Don't want to let any of it go to waste. The smell is absolutely terrific. Okay. And then we can just sprinkle a little parsley on top of each one. And a little bit of that pecorino. And you're ready to eat. Bon appetit. Enjoy. That's Andy and Ted's recipe for purple carrot and potato gnocchi with a cream and gorgonzola sauce. Enjoy. As with all our recipes, this recipe is available on our website at www.andyandted.com.au.